Whoa.
I don't know if I could do the show.
Why?
The doctor said I didn't pass the physical.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
you can do the show.
No, I don't think I can. The doctor's orders, So
Okay, I'm sorry to inform everybody. Tom Grossi has backed out of the deal, and I will have no further comment at this time.
It has nothing to do with mustache inferiority. It has nothing to do with that. Oh, baby. We here.
We're still.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is G. P. S. And hey, long time no see. It's we just saw you less than 12 hours ago, when the whole Maxx Crosby deal fell apart. That was crazy, huh?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was
something. A lot of fun.
And since that point last night, we have learned a good amount of a little extra details. One, the Ravens have signed Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year deal. They had that ready to go. Seemed like that was going to be the next course of action after they backed out of the Crosby trade. Two, we've had Maxx Crosby's agent come out and say that he's recovering just fine. We've had Maxx Crosby's surgeon come out and say, yeah, no, he's progressing as thought. He's going through the entire program. We've also heard that there were numerous teams that talked to Maxx Crosby's surgeon, including the Baltimore Ravens, before making that trade. So they should have been aware of what was going on and still decided to make that trade until they didn't. And yeah, free agency. This is something.
Yeah, so they back out of the Crosby deal, and then they almost immediately signed Trey Hendrickson, as everybody was guessing and projecting. And it feels like, in my opinion, the Ravens signed Crosby on a Friday. Tampering window opens up Monday.
Yep.
They lose 7 of their players right away, and they go, "Oh shit, we actually need that first round draft pick this year. We need it next year. We did not intend on losing all these players. We were able to re-sign nobody, but they still, I think, at that time would have lived with, paying for Crosby because you're getting a very good player.
Sure.
Also, the Trey Hendrickson contract value started to come down because nobody signed Trey Hendrickson. Nobody still signed Trey Hendrickson. So, we've got a replacement we think is comparable to Crosby where we don't have to give up draft picks. Also, they didn't do their medical in-house evaluation until Tuesday. So I think it's also fair to say that their team doctor could have had a slightly different opinion on Max's long-term prognosis.
Sure.
I don't think this is really about Maxx being able to play this upcoming season. I think it's, for them, the risk of the draft picks and the possibility, and this is stupid because any player can get hurt and it can be a horrific injury at any moment.
Sure.
But I think they're justifying it to themselves by saying the long term, the medium term, the prognosis there, we don't love it. We're going to get out of this trade because we don't have to do it. If our medical team doesn't clear him, there's nothing the Raiders can do either at this point for ramifications. We were asking that question last night, but they cannot do.
They can't do it. No. I mean, and now it does seem, so reports were like, apparently Crosby is going to be content staying with Vegas and just that's the where his mindset was at. That's what was reported this morning, which we talked about this a little bit last night as we were going through potential scenarios of what this fallout is going to look like. And Crosby with the Raiders now, with all the additional free agents that they got, I'm saying that defense might look pretty darn good. So the fact that they were able to get Linderbaum too, and all these signings will become official today when free agency actually opens and the new season and new year actually starts. But yeah, this just feels like what a freaking saga. I have a feeling that this is not going to go away for a hot minute. And I'm very curious just like about the Ravens in general, especially now that you've had, because this is what we were wondering last night. Okay, are we ever going to find out like what the Ravens saw, what have you? And instead, what we've gotten so far is, Crosby's agent, which there's obviously a bias there, but then his surgeon coming out and saying like, no, he's actually progressing as expected. And considering the Ravens had talked to his surgeon before then, like this wasn't some unknown thing, unless the Ravens literally picked up the phone and were like, we want to trade for Maxx Crosby. And then found out, when Crosby was in Baltimore, oh, you got surgery when? And they just like completely missed that in the news feed. That's the only way that they did not know about this.
We were busy hiring a new coach. We did not see that.
Yeah, things are a little busy right now. But now going and signing Trey Hendrickson, I feel like this...
For the exact same base contract that Maxx Crosby has, by the way.
Yeah. I mean...
Like nearly identical base salary.
I mean, they already had the paperwork. They probably just crossed out the name. We're just like, whoop, let's just put this here.
Yeah, they initial it and then just put Trey.
Yep, that's all. And I mean, I feel like regardless of how people view the Ravens now and like if there's going to be anything that comes from this except just bad vibes, I don't feel good about the Ravens just because I like Trey Hendrickson, don't get me wrong, but he's an older player.
He'll be 32 by the end of the season.
Right? He's an older player. They signed him to a 4-year deal. And on top of that, he's had some injury concerns as well. I'm sure he's going to be very motivated to play against the Bengals. Like that's definitely going to be something. But yeah, there is a difference in Maxx Crosby and Trey Hendrickson in terms of like my outlook for the Ravens, right? When they lost Linderbaum, I was like, okay, but they have a younger pass rusher than a Trey Hendrickson. And like, all right, you think that he's going to be a monster for a bit and he's also going to help in the run game. But Trey is definitely going to help as a pass rusher. It's just this does not move the needle because I feel like they've lost more than they've gained. Like they're going to have to nail this draft.
Yeah. And no offense to Trey, but you take Maxx Crosby on his best day versus Trey Hendrickson on his best day, and Crosby's better. Crosby's a more complete player than Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson is more a singular pass rushing type edge player compared to Crosby, who really does everything well. And I mean that if I'm saying it about a fucking Raider, okay? The guy is very good.
Very good.
The one question, like, who do you think actually has a better season in 2026? Trey Hendrickson on the Ravens or Maxx Crosby on the Raiders and or maybe another team?
Well, I mean, Crosby, that's the thing. You want another pass rusher right there in Vegas, to kind of complement him. So you're not just having Maxx Crosby being the only one who's blocked. But yeah, I feel like Crosby's going to have a little chip on his shoulder.
I think he'll be extra motivated. And Crosby plays through, he plays through injuries. He played through that knee injury for a month and a half last year. I don't think there's any question about like his toughness, which makes it look a little bit worse for the Ravens, as well. And I think like if you are looking at the risk of each player just as a player without the draft capital, I think Trey Hendrickson is a more risky player to sign.
I agree with that.
Because he is 32, because he had an abdominal injury where he missed half of last season. So, like, if you're just player to player, if I'm betting on a guy to play more snaps over the next 3 seasons, I'm taking Maxx Crosby.
Sure.
But
Happy birthday,
Crosby was coming with the, relinquishing of 2 first-round draft picks.
which is a lot.
Yes.
Which is a lot.
It's a lot
But
when you lose all the players that they lost. Suddenly you got more holes to fill than you were anticipating.
Yeah. All-Star, hope you have a great day. It's just, we'll see what if Crosby gets moved at right this second. It doesn't look like that is the case, but who knows? Because apparently as soon as this fell through, there were multiple teams that were calling the Raiders, and the Raiders were like, all right, we're going to take a little bit of a beat, but there's teams that are still interested in Maxx Crosby. So we may see Maxx Crosby traded twice in the same offseason. But it looks like right now they're kind of staying put, and it's just it's a wild story, man.
We just watched a rarity in Minkah Fitzpatrick getting traded by the same team twice. Technically, Crosby could top that and do it in the same offseason.
Yep.
If Maxx Crosby isn't traded within like the next, I feel like there's a window here, like 48-hour window, because it has to be a team that has both the cap space and the draft capital to move him. And teams are going to continue to hit this second and third wave of free agency. And it's really hard to say like how we should be addressing our needs as an organization if we haven't made a decision to try and acquire a guy of Crosby's stature.
Sure.
Now I could be wrong. Like maybe there's shit you can do with contracts, and I don't know. There's so many weird loopholes. Like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if it doesn't happen quickly, he will just stay with the Raiders. Because the other thing that came out is they do have the money to be able to pay everybody they agreed to and keep Crosby, so they're okay there.
And I think Friday they owe him like $20-something million. So I think that's what I saw. That's one of the deadlines. So if he winds up getting traded, he was either going to get traded before this, or they're going to say, screw it, we're going to give him a whole bunch of money, and we're just going to wind up playing him in September.
Well, if they had to pay him that $20 million, and then a new team would get that discount on his cap hit, right? Interesting. Yeah, it'll be crazy. I think, I know he's there. And I know he's in his mindset could have changed after the Ravens did this to him. I forget who was reporting it, but they said he was absolutely just pissed off about this whole situation, and rightfully so. You would assume that, but he's definitely pissed, and maybe that makes him just want to stay with the Raiders. But I like, in terms of his availability, in terms of the way they're presenting it, like him going back, showing up to the Raiders, continuing his rehab, the Raiders saying they're ready to welcome him back. That's all the shit you would say, even if you were still about to trade him again. And I don't think saying any of that stops a team from trying to acquire him. But the other interesting thing here is that the Cowboys have said that they are not going to pursue a trade with him. And the interesting thing that Adam Schefter said last night on ESPN is that one of the doctors that evaluated him, I think that the Ravens used, is a doctor that the Cowboys used, who did Patrick Mahomes' ACL surgery. So there's a shared opinion between the Cowboys and the Ravens from this one doctor. And that maybe that doctor is the one who said something about Maxx Crosby's knee that made the Cowboys decide to stop pursuing him. Now, it really, I think the price just got too rich for him. But like, it's a interesting connection and nugget there that, Schefter didn't have to reveal on ESPN, but he did. So like, I'm trying to say that there might be a little bit of substance to the concerns about the knee. And the initial reaction was just like, what are you doing, Baltimore? This is fishy, Baltimore. So maybe they do have legit concerns. It's not like this big nefarious, we just had to get out of this. But
it just doesn't look good, right? Like it doesn't, if from the Ravens standpoint, and it's like you said, like nobody could do anything about it. The Ravens are well within their rights to go, hey, there's something that we didn't like, so because of that, we're pulling out of this deal. It'll be real interesting. They pick up the phone come draft day and go, hey, we were looking to make a trade. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
You sure you do? Yeah. Thank you, Raggy. wear that sell the team shirt. No, I probably will not be there for opening day.
It's just
go Rockies.
Pair Hendrickson and Crosby. I mean, I don't know. It just seems very weird. I don't.
Who wanted to pair them?
That's
the Ravens.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I think this is just their backup. And again, I think ultimately the good news for the Ravens is that they get to keep their 2 first-round picks, right? So that's they also reworked Lamar Jackson's contract, so that was expected. But yeah, this just doesn't move the needle for me a ton right now on the Ravens until I see what they do in the draft, because they've lost a lot of pieces, and that makes me concerned for them.
Yeah, they've lost 8 guys.
Like this is a short-term thing, right? So it's a 4-year deal, but I would have felt a lot better about having Maxx Crosby for the next few years for that Super Bowl window than this.
Yeah, but Crosby had 4 years left. Trey's going to have 4 years. We'll see if there's an out year for Hendrickson, right? He's going to get $60 million guaranteed. I'm assuming, like Crosby, there'd be an out year in 2028, but I don't think their contract details have actually been confirmed quite yet, like on Spot Track or one of those other spots that show you how it's kind of broken down. But yeah, I would rather have Crosby for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that Trey Hendrickson can't be as productive as Crosby, say, in 2026 and 2027. But at that point, you're talking about a 34, 35-year-old edge rusher, and Crosby will just be getting to 31. He'll be 29 when the season starts. So, it's not a even swap out.
No.
But getting the draft picks back where they can go ahead and what are they going to draft an edge guy now? The Ravens where are they at pick 14? Is that where they're at?
Yeah, they're 14.
Yeah, I mean they can get a good player at 14. They can address center. They could address center. They could address edge. Like, I hope they go fullback to replace Patrick Ricard.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Oh, I mean that's a thing too. The way that the Ravens could be vindicated here is if Maxx Crosby, either there's a delay in his recovery, he doesn't play as well, then this could potentially age a little bit better. But as of right now, sitting here 24 hours after they backed out of the trade, it doesn't look great. And now for the Ravens, I feel like expectations may have shifted a little bit. Because, having that combination of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, you're like, okay, that combo is only going to be there for so long. And then they lose all those guys. You're like, all right, well, Crosby's like that last-ditch effort to just have this really good defense where they're going to constantly be able to get after the quarterback. It's going to help their secondary out, whole 9 yards. I just don't feel as strongly now.
I've got a hot take.
You tell me.
Derrick Henry will play longer than both Trey Hendrickson and Maxx Crosby.
I honestly don't doubt that.
He has not shown any signs of slowing down.
No,
he is in peak physical condition. I think Derrick Henry will be the first running back to play. Well, wait, did Frank Gore make it to 40? Did Gore make it to 40?
He was up there.
How old was Frank Gore?
He right now is 42. So hold on, check.
Did he take any carries at age 40?
Last one was 37 with the Jets.
Okay. Derrick Henry, he's going to have 800 yards as a 40-year-old running back.
I don't doubt that because Derrick Henry's just Derrick Henry.
Yes. Frank Gore started playing in the NFL in the late 1800s. That is correct.
Exactly. In news that's not related to Maxx Crosby and the Ravens and all this, you got the Patriots getting their receiver in the future, Romeo Doubs. Yeah, I'm very happy for Romeo Doubs. This was another guy like Quay Walker who went to the Raiders who just kind of priced himself out of Green Bay. There was no way the Packers were going to pay him. And after the Patriots released Stephon Diggs, I mean, even when they still had Stephon Diggs, they needed another wide receiver. I really like this signing for the Patriots. Like he's got consistent hands. Just don't put him on, the onside kick recovery team. but he's got consistent hands. He's just a good dude. He'll have the biggest Guardian cap out there. I'm so happy for him. And he got paid a good amount of money too. Like I'm very happy for Romeo. I think he's going to do well with them.
It's a good replacement for Stephon Diggs in that offense for the Patriots too, because Dobbs he's a receiver who really can work the entire field. He was a guy that the Broncos apparently called about.
Yeah.
And if Denver would have added Romeo to their offense, I would have been very happy.
And he's only 25.
Yeah, he's young. As long as his head doesn't get concussed anymore, like it's a slam dunk signing for New England. And that's what like Diggs did well in that offense. He was, he's a receiver. He can work the middle. He can work the outside. He can beat you deep. Like Dobbs is a better red zone threat, I think, honestly. Oh. So, yeah, it's a good signing for New England.
Hold on, we got breaking news. The Colts are locking in their quarterback, finalizing a deal with Daniel Jones. It's a 2-year, $100 million contract.
Oh, what the fuck, Indy?
Daniel Jones, 50 million. Damn. Danny Dimes cashing in.
Dude.
Indiana, 50 million. Indiana Jones is back.
Daniel Jones took a page out of the Kirk Cousins fleecing playbook.
Wow.
What a dumb contract for the Colts.
But here's the thing. The Colts, who also were in on Trey Hendrickson, right? And that kind of has blown up in their face. They have no choice because they're another team that made a massive trade last year in getting Sauce Gardner, and they are in a win now position. So they just gave a whole bunch of money to Pierce. Now they gave a whole bunch of money to Daniel Jones. They had this 2-year window, go and win. And now with them locking in Daniel Jones for the next 2 years, what the hell happens with Anthony Richardson? Do they just keep him on the team because he's on a rookie deal? Or are they going to be really motivated to try and move him? Because obviously if you're paying him $50 million a year, he ain't going to be the starter in Indianapolis.
Dude.
Yes, it is.
If you had concerns about Maxx Crosby playing this year, let me tell you another guy who has a way worse injury history, and his name is Daniel Jones. He broke his leg and tore his Achilles last year. Yep. Now they expect him to be ready to go week 1, supposedly. We just watched 2 guys try and come back from Achilles injuries in Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. What did we learn? It takes some time until those guys are right. And Daniel Jones probably relies on his legs a little bit more than 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. He definitely uses his legs more than Kirk Cousins ever has in his NFL career. And while I loved what Daniel Jones did for the Colts last season, it was a fun half a season story. But to give that man $50 million a year for the next 2 years is crazy. They were in a spot where they just had to pay him, I guess. And I hope it works out. I hope I'm not bitching about Daniel Jones and the Colts paying all that money for him. I hope he just lights it up next year. And I hope by week 4, we're like, Indiana Jones is fully back. The Colts are smart for bringing him back. Like, that's what I want. But
so it's a 2-year, $88 million deal that could be worth up to $100 million with incentives, and he's getting over $60 million guaranteed.
Okay.
I mean, I'm very happy for Daniel Jones. Like, let me just get that right. I'm very happy for the player.
He already made his money. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Able to go get a whole lot of money. But yeah,
he already made $160 or whatever.
Again, what choice do the Colts have? They needed a guy that they know can
Leonard
start week 1 and go. But there's no more window for them to goof around and be like, okay, like they made that big time trade. They don't have 1st-round picks coming.
Do you think the Colts could trade Anthony Richardson to the Ravens to play edge?
Maybe.
Do you think the Ravens could convert Anthony Richardson to edge rusher
or center?
Oh,
they need a center.
Every single play. Your center is the Ravens center is eligible.
Yeah. This is because they also started losing before Daniel Jones got injured. Things
were petering off I think defenses were figuring out how to slow down their offense, and really that was just take Jonathan Taylor out of the equation, put more on Daniel Jones' shoulders, which have always been healthy, by the way. But he tore his ACL with the Giants. He got back from that. He got dinged up again. He went to, Minnesota. Yeah, man. It's just the injuries with Danny Dimes. It's the injuries that are the concern. I think he can be fine if he's healthy. Like, you won't regret it if he's healthy. Like, that's a fine number to pay your quarterback. But fuck, dude. He's just hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah. Gonna believe the Raiders over Baltimore. I mean, I kind of believe his surgeon a little bit.
I do not believe any organization that Tom Brady has anything to do with. He's one of the biggest lying quarterbacks in NFL history. He lied to all of our faces.
Okay.
For years.
Daniel Jones to the Colts. I really hope it does. I hope it works out for Indianapolis. I really do. I have some concerns. Sure. Yeah, and that's a lot. But again, they got to win now.
Nobody's rooting against Daniel Jones.
They have a structured settlement, and they need cash now. What are the Packers?
Wentworth
877 cash now. Packers got some good CB depth. That's something. But yeah,
who's the one guy you guys signed? Who have you signed from?
We just signed the guy who was with the Chargers last year. He played for the Commanders for a bit and really didn't do well.
Benjamin St. Juste?
Yeah, and then he went over to the Chargers and actually had a really nice year last year. So, yeah, we need bodies back there.
One more. The Broncos haven't signed a single outside guy yet.
Yeah.
We've done shit.
No, you haven't done nothing. I haven't done nothing. Reek Woolen signing only a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. It feels a little bit like a prove it contract.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, yeah, just go out and ball out. But I mean, I feel like he'll do pretty well with Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's a good secondary to put him into based on the talent around him, right? They lose Reed Blankenship, but you got DeJean, you got Quinion Mitchell. You can kind of use Woolen however you want. Fangio's going to be there again. Woolen had some very nice seasons in Seattle, but last season he was kind of like looked at as the weak link in that secondary. The guy who was giving up the big plays, it seemed to be Woolen quite a bit. So the tough argument is, how is he going to play better in a defense in Philly when he was playing for who everybody said was the greatest defensive coach in NFL history last year, in Mike McDonald. So we'll see.
That's tough. Ty, what on note? So as a Bengals fan, this is more of an emotional hit. Crosby's overall a better player. Trey is good, but Crosby's better. Glad to be done with Trey's agent. Dude sucks. The Ravens probably aren't going to compete this year. Too many holes and not enough money to fill them. Well, it just feels like the expectations have changed a little bit, right? Because making a move for Maxx Crosby, similar to what the Packers did with Micah Parsons, right? It's like, okay, we're win now. We have to, right this second, we have to go and try and win during the Super Bowl window. Them getting Trey Hendrickson is going to help their defense and their pass rush, but it doesn't feel like the expectation is like, oh man, we're going to be competing for a Super Bowl right this second, unless they crush it in the draft, which we'll see. Yeah, and I don't blame Bengals fans for being done, because the whole Trey Hendrickson thing last year, and now for him to go to a rival, it's kind of like, okay. And I agree with you. I think Crosby is a better player than Hendrickson. So I don't know if it's a win, but it's something.
We ride and we die together.
Together. We do it together.
We do it together.
Yeah, sorry. Talking about Tariq Woolen, I think he'll do just fine over in Philadelphia as they build on that secondary. Also, someone mentioned the Packers before. We also got Sky Moore.
Oh, that's right. You're on the Sky Moore carousel, huh?
So here's what I'll say about this. This might be too much. I'm actually very okay with this, and it's not because of the player. I'm very okay with this because we are actually targeting a special teams player, who is just going to play special teams. So maybe we can actually give a crap about special teams. would be really nice. So I hope Sky Moore does well. I'm sure he's just going to be returning kicks. However, they brought in McCole Hardman last year, and they cut his ass right after preseason. So will he get through preseason? Nobody knows. But yes, Sky Moore also signing a 1-year deal with the Green Bay Packers.
Congratulations. 2027, Rashee Rice is a Green Bay Packer.
I don't think we'll have shirts made.
The Packers are just like, they're taking the 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It's, please take care of him. I love my Romeo Dobbs. I don't know, man. I don't know. That Joe Burrow, yes, he was the doctor, potentially.
Who's the Packers kicker?
We still have, unfortunately, McManus.
It's still McManus?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. I hope you guys choose Justin Tucker over Brandon McManus.
I don't think that's going to happen. When are we
Daniel Carlson's available? You want another Carlson?
Posting this week
to Carlson's.
The podcast. Did we not upload Mondays?
I forgot to upload Mondays, yes.
It's all Brandon Perna's fault, but Brandon Perna is the only one who does it. So
yeah.
No,
and then by the time I remembered, I'm like, the only thing we talked about was what could happen.
Sure.
And then everything had already happened. But yeah, I'm sorry. And then I meant to post last night's and then I forgot. But my bad.
All right, we got you, Andrew. We got you. Unless we forget again, which is also possible. Yeah, Tom. Frank Gore is in the league for a little bit. Just a smidge. Remaining free agents. Do you want
Frank Gore actually rode a horse into his first NFL practice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Only mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Frank Gore started playing football, they were still using leeches as a healing mechanism for player injuries.
Just got to get the bad blood out.
Frank Gore, in one offseason, traveled to London to try and hunt down Jack the Ripper.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a fulfilling life he's had.
Frank Gore spent a year apprenticing under Genghis Khan.
Wow.
For offensive tactics.
Wonder what he learned.
Frank Gore helped deliver Jesus.
Wow.
At his birth.
Real Renaissance man.
And he was quickly kicked out of the room because he said, "This woman is not a virgin."
What room?
The birthing room.
There was no birthing room. It was supposed to be in a manger. That's like the whole story.
Well, that's all fabricated.
Oh, so it was like a Holiday Inn?
It was some sort of hospital.
Oh, it was a hospital.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zero BC AD hospital.
If I was still a teacher, I'd bring you in for a history lecture.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah.
So when Frank Gore left Jesus's birth, he hid in the catacombs of France, where he was far enough underground where his body would not age. He was preserved, if you will. And
so he was mummified.
Yes, he slept for 1,000 years.
Okay. So what happened after the 1,000-year? Well, we're so far off the rails.
You got the 1,000-year itch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, he gallivanted.
Mm-hmm. Vagabond.
Yeah, traveled in that air balloon around the world.
Happy day times. I'm
helped establish the Roman Empire.
Oh.
Yeah. Caesar?
Yeah, no, I know him.
That was his friend. Till he gave Judas the knife.
Caesar gave Judas the knife?
No, Frank Gore gave Judas the knife.
Oh, so
we're going to rewrite history, and it's just Frank Gore is a part of every major historical event.
I mean, I believe it.
Yes.
Okay.
God, I love Frank Gore.
I don't know if he's going to the Bears. I don't know if he's actually going to be moved. It seems like right this second he's content with staying there. But I would imagine there'd be some kind of restructuring that's going to happen for him to be there long term. Because I think it was this season they're fine. Next season it gets a little bit wonky, right? That's what they're saying. What I don't know where we got on the Frank Gore trade. I don't know what happened there. I blacked out for a second, but looking at the list of remaining free agents. So according to ESPN, next up, because we already have Pierce, Linderbaum, Phillips, Hendrickson now signed, Rasheed Walker. He is still available. The former Green Bay Packer. So that's going to be real interesting. I'm surprised that he has not been signed yet, because I think there was a thought he was going to have a little bit of a larger market, including also the desperate need for offensive linemen. So interesting. Maybe they will get Ballard fired.
Maybe he just failed his physical.
Who did?
Walker.
Oh, did he?
You guys lose 2 Walkers? Did you guys, the Packers really let 2 Walkers go?
Yeah. And we lost
Walker
and Rasheed Ranger. It's not on the channel anymore. I saw that. Yeah, he scored 83 points, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't know it until my comment section when I was putting up the Maxx Crosby trade video. So good. That's the second most ever, right? Pretty nuts.
That's a lot of points. Yeah, so there's only one free agent who is 2 if you count Kyler Murray.
Devin Lloyd, by the way, signing with the Panthers. I love that for the Panthers so much.
Yeah, that's a good get.
I'm very, very happy with the Panthers. I know that they spent a good amount of money on Phillips, but I really like them getting Lloyd there.
Yeah, I think they spent like the 3rd most money so far in free agency. Devin Lloyd, great player. If Jalen Phillips stays healthy, then that's a nice combo to add. So Kyler Murray and Walker, the only 2 top 20 guys available still. All these other guys have been signed.
I think the only thing that's going to really shake things up in the NFL is if Maxx Crosby gets traded again, or there's just another trade that we don't know about, right? Like there's mumblings. I can't put any stock in them, but there's mumblings about Jalen Carter. There's mumblings about Dexter Lawrence. We'll see if any of those guys actually get moved. But yeah, I think we're just kind of waiting and see if Crosby's going to remain with the Raiders.
Yeah. Taylor Decker's still available. So there are 2 tackles still available.
Stephon Diggs is available.
I don't know. This was puzzling to me that the Bears couldn't afford 1 year, $5.5 million for Nashawn Wright, who was a turnover machine for Chicago last year. I think the Jets got a steal on Wright. So, hey, look, Joey Bosa's still available.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I think they're just going to have to crush it in the draft. They're addressing offensive line.
Still available?
Yeah, there you go. A few centers.
Brisker's
there.
Brisker. Yeah. Chanel signed with the Commanders. Rico to Pittsburgh. Kobe to Chicago.
Who knows? Maybe this is the thing that sinks Ballard finally, as someone was saying before. Like maybe this is the thing that does it. I mean, you make a big time trade for Sauce Gardner, and now you're giving Daniel Jones a crap ton of money.
Yeah,
we'll see. Aaron Rodgers.
Who wants Rodgers? Apparently the Steelers are just waiting for him to say yes to the dress, but we'll see.
88 with 100 potentially. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Perna? You think the majority of free agency is going to die down now, and now it's going to be a little bit quieter? Do you think there's a blockbuster trade that's still out there?
No blockbuster trade. Well, Crosby. I think
Crosby gets traded.
I think there's a 50-50 chance he still gets traded, but no, it's just signing like the second half of the free agents available.
Yeah.
Chubb's still out there.
Yep.
There's interesting guys. Dude, I'd take Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, Pokemap. So Elton Jenkins, he signed pretty quickly. He signed with the Cleveland Browns. they weren't going to keep Elton Jenkins. They were going to keep him as a guard. It's just post-injuries, man. Post-injuries, he's just a different player, and I love Elton Jenkins.
Yeah.
I hope he does well with Cleveland. I don't know. I don't know how that one's going to go.
I like this signing for the Saints. I think Caden Ellis was really good in Atlanta. I was hoping he would be coming to Denver to play alongside his brother, Jonah Ellis. We could have the Ellis brothers on our defense. Did not happen. That's a nice signing for New Orleans. Eric.
Sorry. Daniel Jones also going to get $50 million in year one.
Woo! Damn.
Good for him, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It's true. Yep. Jorp, he's just that guy. I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting couple of days. We'll see if there's any more fallout from the Crosby deal, if he actually winds up getting moved. I honestly, at this point, I just want him to stay with the Raiders and just see how good the Raiders could be.
I want to trade. I want sexiness. Also, okay, so
Exactly.
Seattle they re-signed Josh Jobe. They made him a priority. And the fact that ESPN has him listed as their 77th best available free agent is stupid. He's much better than that, ESPN.
Nick, I don't know if they're going to go for a larger name for the Lions. I mean, they just might be clearing cap space, but they're bringing in some offensive linemen, which is needed. I mean, because their O-line was beat up last year. So I don't know if that they're going to bring in a big-time name. And I feel like with Hendrickson, because they were saying the Commanders, the Eagles, and the Colts were in on Hendrickson about potentially bringing him in. So the Lions apparently were not in on that conversation, or at least what's been reported. So I don't know, unless, they're making a trade that's unexpected. I mean, because the Packers did the same thing. They cleared like $30 million. So I don't know if they're making.
Yeah, and what everybody needs to remember too is like when you're clearing some of the cap space right now as well, it's also to have enough money for your rookie draft class. Like we kind of forget that accounts for a chunk of cap space in addition to the free agent signings.
Because Gibbs, so he's what with them?
I like that Trayvon Diggs is number 100.
He's what, through 2027, I think?
Oh, Frank Gore invented the guillotine. 100%.
He's the one who was like, you know what, guys, this Robespierre guy, I don't know.
Like, time to chop off some heads. Let me give Charles Dickens something to write about.
Gore killed Lincoln. Wow.
Whoa. No, Gore would not have killed Lincoln.
You just said that he gave Judas the knife.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when did Judas use a knife?
Just stab Caesar in the back.
So Judas also betrayed Jesus and killed Caesar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Judas betrayed everybody in history.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Who killed Caesar? Brutus? Judas? Augustus? Augustus Gloop?
Yep, it's Augustus Gloop. Please, sir. Augustus said stabbing for later. Who will want to draft what now? Soon.
I'll draft Applebee's gift card for Johnny Barks.
Oh, there you go. Johnny's better than Applebee's.
Dude, Johnny loves Applebee's.
Go to Chili's.
See?
Get a honey
I'm
chipotle
on the
chicken
same
crisper.
page.
Just get a honey chipotle chicken crisper. Get the triple dipper.
Yeah.
No.
Chief
Crosby to KC. They're not going to trade within the division. I don't think they're going to say, after all that, let's give him to Kansas City.
Yeah, Brady wouldn't send him to New England. Think he's going to send him to a division rival?
Steelers offseason moves. I like the Pittman trade. They gave him a decent amount of money, but I like him as their wide receiver too.
Yeah, I think Jamel Dean's a good signing.
So I'm okay with that. I feel like the Steelers are laughing at the Ravens, but there's also oh God, are we going to win this division again and continuously not be able to draft a quarterback and the thing just continues on and on and on and on forever? Maybe. Oh. Frank Gore, man. I had no idea. This is really just My own personal bias, apparently. I didn't know Frank Gore was so prevalent throughout history. World history, too.
Frank Gore did not help in the JFK assassination because he was playing football by that time. He was locked in. He was locked in to playing football.
So, breakdown for Daniel Jones: $88 million base value, $50 million fully guaranteed at signing, $60 million guaranteed for injury, max value of $100 million, making it the largest 2-year contract in NFL history. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Dude, I would have given that money to Kyler Murray over Daniel Jones at this point.
Oh, buddy. The largest 2-year deal in NFL history. Daniel Jones. I don't think the Broncos are going to do anything. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't feel like they are. No, they'll do something.
Yeah.
Dude, if they go get like Dallas Goedert, I'll be like, okay. I'm talking about real history, not fucking fiction, okay?
Didn't you just say that? Well, I mean, you talked about him stabbing Caesar, which the timeline doesn't add up just a little bit. But you're like, no, that's okay.
The Garden of Eden. Come on now.
He was on the Ark, I heard. I heard he was.
He helped build Noah's Ark. And there were actually 10 species of animals that Gore refused to let on the Ark just so he could watch them die.
Wow.
Yeah. Extinction. He said, nuh-uh. These are creepy, creepy ass animals. I do not want them surviving this flood.
What animals?
Well, one of the ones he wanted was the sea cucumber, but that snuck on. Snuck on.
Don't you think that'd be okay?
Survive in the flood. Never mind.
Yeah, don't you think the sea cucumber would be okay?
I was just trying to think of the weirdest animal out there, and it's always the sea cucumber.
The one thing that has sea in the name might be all right during the flood.
I'm done. I'm going to just dig myself into a hole that I cannot get out of. Frank Gore history ended.
I hope Daniel Jones kind of rules. I hope he does, man. I mean, just for the Colts' sake, I hope he rules. So, I don't know.
Let's just say there was a spider bigger than the tarantula and huntsman spider that Gore said, get your ass out of here.
Huntsman spiders are actually, they're not going to hurt you. They're
creepy.
They're very large.
They're disgusting looking.
I don't want to hang out with them, but
no,
they're good spiders. So
no.
They do the big bang. Perna, what do you got coming out today, bud?
We'll have a video.
End scene.
The great story of Maxx Crosby and the failed NFL trade.
I already recorded the Trey Hendrickson reaction to the Ravens. I just have to edit that, so just give me about an hour, and it will be out. I'm gonna also, if there's any other crazy news, I'll put out a video about that. But I'm also gonna work probably on another Crosby video, which will be out likely tomorrow. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he was getting bags because he got, was at $84 million. That was his first contract, and that was fully guaranteed with the Vikings. Yeah. So I feel like it might be Kirk Cousins, but I'm just happy for Daniel Jones, man.
Yeah, Daniel Jones has more years left in him to catch up to Kirk. So if Jones can stay healthy, like, it might be all right. But, you know.
Yes. The sea cucumber has the second largest penis to body ratio in the animal kingdom. I am number one.
Oh, you're not, Jory. We all know you're not, Jory. Nice try.
Well, folks, we'll see if Maxx Crosby gets traded again. But yeah, we got videos coming out. This is gonna be something. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. And you have been navigated. Frank Gore was an actual 49er during the gold rush.
There you go. That's actually, that's the best one. That is the best one. There's gold in these hills. Frank Gore.
And there's gore
1849
in these hills.
I'll gore it out, I will.
Have they been navigated?
With my